International limited mission is to transform lives, relationships, professions and education, and to support the youth and women to change their mindset, their stories and their situations, and also to support the underprivileged and vulnerable women and children. YYCI's mission is to engage the youth's mind positively and take positive actions, to help them to focus and not to be distracted, and to get better and let them know they have everything in them to be successful and fulfilling their purpose, and once they believe in themselves and focus on their development, they can also help others to get better, and that is why we established Yes You Can International Limited Mission is to transform lives, relationships, professions and education, and to support children, youth and women to change their mindset, their stories and their situations, and also to support the underprivileged and vulnerable women and children. Our aim is to provide services of care, protection, participation, and rehabilitation of children and youth in difficult situations, and ensure their social adjustment, total growth and development. To advocate and support the underprivileged and vulnerable women and children and partner with other organizations, orphanages, hospitals and institutions that support the underprivileged and vulnerable women and children. To support and protect vulnerable children. To provide extra help underprivileged women. To ensure they are kept safe. To provide healthy food. To provide education. To provide child welfare services. To protect children from abuse, neglect. To enable children to remain safely in the premises provided. To be a good listener, good friend and truthful to the children and the youth.
Dr. Elizabeth Lucas is a dynamic and motivation speaker. She is based in the United Kingdom. She is the founder and director of Yes You Can International. She has been invited to several international conferences to speak and lecture. She is an intelligent teacher, author, and she is a mentor to the younger generation. Please subscribe to YYCI TV on YouTube to watch her amazing videos. You will be glad you did.
This is just to let you know that there's nothing too difficult for you to do.
If we can change, then everything around us will change.
Without wisdom, you can't really create wealth. We're in the world of creativity. YYCIA International Academic Masterclass, and we are focusing this week on next week and the week after on mindset for transforming love, relationship, friendship, marriage, and family. So we have 4 speakers today. We have Reverend Professor Anafok Akpabio from Nigeria, Ambassador Professor Mercy Oben from Nigeria, our own very own Professor Dr. Patrick Raja Mukherjee from India, and Professor Nada Rokosvik from Croatia. So it's full house today, and we are going to be starting shortly on relationship. But let us just watch this.
Relationships, they're the foundation of our lives. But let's face it, they can be tough. Conflict arises, emotions boil over, and maintaining a healthy connection becomes a challenge. But what if we told you there's a book that can change it all? Introducing Relationship Matters: How to Solve Conflict, Maintain and Keep Relationships, and Manage Emotions. This comprehensive guidebook, written by relationship experts, offers practical solutions to transform your relationships. Discover effective conflict resolution strategies that promote peaceful communication and understanding. Learn essential relationship maintenance techniques to nurture and cultivate strong connections with your loved ones. Dive into valuable emotion management strategies and regain control over your reactions. Relationship Matters has already helped countless individuals rejuvenate their relationships and find emotional well-being. Don't miss out on this opportunity. Get your copy of Relationship Matters today, available exclusively on Amazon.com. Change your relationships, change your life. Order Relationship Matters now.
Okay, so we can go on and on and on, but we're not going to say much today about those ones. But let me just put your attention to this one, which is ignorance. 4 elements of the truth. The reason why we are today struggling on everyone in the whole world is just based on 4 elements. And that 4 elements of truth is majority of us are ignorant of the truth. And then sometimes we are lack of understanding, lack of vision, unknown of our identity of who we are and our purpose. And that is the main reason why this masterclass is being organized, for us to break free, to break loose, and to free ourselves from these 4 elements that cannot make us to progress and that can limit us and even hold us back. And that's why we are breaking forth from ignorance, lack of understanding, lack of vision, unknown of our identity of who we are and our purpose. And that is why we have so many challenges, obstacles, problems in the whole world, even in our own lives and even in our family. That is why we have taken up on our own duty to continue to campaign about relationship in everything or any relationship we can think of. Relationship is so important in our lives, and that is why we continue to share and also to know and to gain better understanding. Remember that when you gain better understanding, that can create peace in our heart, in our home, and even in our society and in the world. When we have vision, then we can focus and be determined to press on in respect of any challenges that we are facing. And if we know who we are and our purpose, we will be able to perform well and feel belonging and be happy and also embrace our imperfection. But everything in life requires hard work, dedication, commitment, sacrifice, investment, honesty, integrity, and also gratitude. But we all need to become a life learner because learning is living and it's lifelong. We cannot stop learning. And the more you are learning, the more you get better and better and be happier and have your peace of mind. And Jim Shamama said, a thirst for knowledge is something that can never be quenched and should be a lifelong quest. So we need to continue to discover our capable of and keep ourselves in a growth mindset and keep learning. I believe we all have a vision and we all have a dream. And what Disney said, all our dreams can come through if we have the courage to pursue them by word. So we are here now. We are welcoming our first set of people and that will be speaking to us this morning. Let me first of all ask Dr. Patrick, I know that you are always on the move. Will you be able to be kind enough? Because Reverend Professor Akpabio joined as was the first person to join. So can we give him that privilege to start with us? Is that okay with you, Professor Dr. Patrick? I can't hear you. We can't hear you. Because I know you are always on the moon and you have another meeting, but please.
Actually, I have a meeting, physical meeting. I'm in Philippines, and
Okay, so are you in a meeting at the moment? Are you going to the meeting in the next 30 minutes or 40 minutes?
I have a 7:30. Now it's 6:30 here. After 1 hour.
After 1 hour, okay. Let me be humbly coming back to my Papa. Let's see what Papa will say. Reverend Professor Akpabio, you're supposed to be our opening door this morning, sir. But your young son that is traveling all over the world is presently at Philippines delivering as usual his speech. And he has said that he only has 1 hour with us. May I humbly ask permission, sir, for us to welcome him to speak first? Is that okay, Papa? We can hear you, sir. So we don't know if you're giving us permission or not.
Okay, I said no problem.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. So you need to thank Papa.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Professor. Thank you. Nice to see you again here.
Yes, yes, yes. And let me show up my face now. Okay. I also want to welcome all our great leaders on this platform. I haven't seen anybody joining us on Facebook because Facebook has been playing up with me since yesterday and they've been blocking me in several ways. So if people don't join us, that's okay. And if, because maybe they have done something on their own end, but we will keep doing what we know to do and keep sharing the message. I'm recording it, and after the recording, when I put it on YouTube, then I will share it on Facebook for others because we cannot stop the good things. We have to continue delivering the truth words of reality, and relationship is very important. Relationship at home, relationship in the society, so relationship among our leaders, relationship in the nation. Look at all the wars going on. I'm sure people can type anything they can type negatively, and Facebook will allow them to do that. But when we are talking about the truth, the right information that can store in their mindset to change and to transform, Facebook start facing messing up. Well, we will continue. Okay, let us not lament on that early in the morning. Let's put in our first speaker, and then I'm just gonna, let me see, our first speaker for today. Okay. I hope I'm not messing myself up. Yeah. Okay. So now we want to welcome Professor Dr. Patrick Raja Mungekar is a globally recognized scientific professor, counselor, and international speaker. That is why he's here, right? He's here with us, and also at the same time physically at Philippines at the moment to deliver. He has made groundbreaking contributions to sustainable development and is widely regarded as one of the world leader experts in this field. Dr. Mungekar is a trailblazer in his field and has received several notable firsts. He was the first youngest Indian whose book, Introduction to Sustainable Development Goals, non-academic, became part of Atlantic education program. Wow. Wow. We have a lot to say about him, but I'm just going to show you on this slide so that we can quickly put him on. Dr. Mungekar is also a successful author of 7 books, including the one I just mentioned on sustainable development goals, education and external or internal assets, leadership, superintent, sustainable origin, finding balance, and so many, many, many more books. He is also the Vice Chancellor at Unified Theological Seminary USA, University of Kingdom of Atlantic in Singapore, and Wisdom University Gombe in Nigeria, and brings his expertise to this precious institution. Additionally, he's the first youngest pro-chancellor. I think he's now the pro, not a pro anymore. I think he's now, is it the pro or is it the chancellor? Founder of the University of Expertise, which speaks to his entrepreneurship spirit and dedication to innovation. So, as time is now 10:30, allow me to welcome him on this great platform. Professor Dr. Patrick Mungekar, you are welcome from India.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Professor Dr. Queen Elizabeth, for the kind introduction and invitation. And it is always been an honor and pleasure to be here at this prestigious platform of YYCI. And greetings from India and Mabuhay from the Philippines. And good afternoon, everyone. Today, we embark on a journey that delves into the essence of human connections. So, today I'm going to discuss about relationships, but my topic is beyond boundaries, nurturing deeper connections in relationships. So, relationships are the fabric of our existence, woven intricately into the tapestry of our lives. Yet, in our pursuit of relationships, we often find ourselves constrained by boundaries. Both the boundaries may be seen or sometimes unseen. So, today, in this particular masterclass, we aim to transcend these limitations and explore the realm of nurturing deeper connections, stepping into a world where bonds flourish beyond boundaries. So let's begin by contemplating what constitutes a meaningful connection. Is it merely the exchange of words, or does it delve deeper into the realm of understanding, empathy, and share experiences. So, as humans, we crave connections that resonate with our innermost selves, connections that transcend the superficial and resonate with the essence of who we are. So, the first point which I'm going to emphasize is on is about understanding boundaries. So, boundaries are essential for healthy relationships. They delineate where one person ends and another begins. However, boundaries should not become barriers that hinder the growth of relationships. So, they are meant to be flexible, adaptable to the evolving dynamics of human interaction. Boundaries protect our autonomy values and emotional well-being, but they should not obstruct the flow of genuine connection. So understanding boundaries uh, i- is fundamental to cultivating healthy and fulfilling relationships. So boundaries serves as the framework that defines the parameters of interpersonal interactions, delineating the space between individuals. So they are like the fences around a garden protecting the delicate flowers within while allowing them to flourish. So, in relationships, boundaries establish the limits of what is acceptable and unacceptable behavior, both for ourselves and for others. So, they are invisible lines actually that mark where one person's rights and responsibilities end and another's begin. So without boundaries, relationships can become muddled with with individuals feeling overwhelmed, disrespected, or even violated. However, it's crucial to recognize that boundaries are not meant to be rigid walls that isolate us from others. Instead, they should be flexible and adaptable, capable of shifting in response to changing circumstances and dynamics. Just as the tides ebb and flow, boundaries should ebb and flow with the rhythms of our relationships, accommodating growth and evolution. Now, these boundaries serves several essential functions in relationships. The first is autonomy. Boundaries protect our autonomy, allowing us to assert our individuality and make decisions that align with our values and preferences. So they ensure that we maintain a sense of self within the context of our relationships without feeling engulfed or controlled by others. So that's autonomy. The second is values. Boundaries help safeguard our values and beliefs. They enable us to uphold our moral and ethical standards, ensuring that our actions and interactions are congruent with our core principles. By respecting our boundaries, others demonstrate their regard for our values, fostering mutual respect and understanding. Then the next is emotional well being. So, boundaries are crucial for safeguarding our emotional well being. They enable us to regulate the level of emotional intimacy in our relationships, ensuring that we feel safe and comfortable sharing ourselves with others. So healthy boundaries prevent emotional overextension, burnout, and resentment, preserving our mental and emotional health. So, despite their importance, boundaries can sometimes be misunderstood or disregarded in relationships. So, some individuals may struggle to establish clear boundaries due to fear of conflict or rejection, while others may habitually overstate boundaries out of a lack of awareness or empathy. Therefore, it's essential to communicate openly and assertively about boundaries within our relationships. So, this involves clearly articulating your needs, preferences, and limits while also respecting the boundaries of others. So, effective communication fosters mutual understanding and promotes a culture of respect and consent within our relationships. So, understanding boundaries is essential for fostering healthy and fulfilling relationships. So, boundaries again protect our autonomy, values, and lastly, emotional well being, while also facilitating genuine connection and intimacy. So, by cultivating awareness, communication, and mutual respect, we can establish boundaries that nurture the growth and flourishing of our relationships. Then the second point which I would like to throw some light is breaking down barriers. Breaking down barriers. To nurture deeper connections, we must first identify and dismantle the barriers that inhibit intimacy. Fear, mistrust, and past experiences often erect walls that prevent us from fully opening up to others. So, by acknowledging these barriers and cultivating vulnerability, we create space for authentic connection to flourish. So, vulnerability is not a sign of weakness, but rather a testament to our courage to be seen and accepted for who we truly are. So, breaking down barriers is a crucial step towards nurturing deeper connections in relationships. These barriers, often erected by fear, mistrust, and past experiences, act as a formidable obstacles that impede intimacy and prevent genuine connections from blossoming. So, the first step in breaking down barriers is to recognize and acknowledge their existence. So, barriers can manifest in various forms, such as emotional walls, defensive behaviors, or avoidance tactics. So they are often rooted in past hurts, traumas, or negative experiences that have shaped our perceptions and behaviors in relationships. So fear and mistrust are common barriers that inhibit intimacy. Fear of rejection, abandonment, or vulnerability can cause us to erect walls around our hearts, shielding ourselves away from potential pain. Similarly, mistrust, whether stemming from past betrayals or general skepticism, can make it challenging to let others in and cultivate genuine connections. To break down barriers, we must confront and heal the wounds of the past. This involves acknowledging our pain, processing our emotions, and releasing any uh, lingering resentments of or traumas that may be affecting our present relationships. So, seeking support from trusted friends, family members, or therapists can promote invaluable assistance in the healing process. Vulnerability is the antidote to barriers in relationships. Vulnerability. It requires us to lower our defenses, expose our true selves, and take emotional risks by sharing our thoughts, feelings, and insecurities with others. Contrary to popular belief, vulnerability is not a sign of weakness, but rather a testament to our courage and authenticity. It is through vulnerability that we invite others to see us as we truly are, fostering deeper connections based on mutual trust and acceptance. Trust. Trust is the cornerstone of intimacy and connection. By demonstrating consistency, reliability, and integrity in our words and actions, we can gradually rebuild trust in our relationships. So, this requires open communication, honesty, and willingness to repair any breaches of trust that may occur along the way. So, trust is nurtured through small acts of kindness, empathy, and understanding, gradually eroding the barriers that once stood between us. To encourage vulnerability and intimacy, we must create a safe and supportive environment within our relationships. So, this involves fostering open communication, active listening, and non judgmental acceptance of each other's thoughts and feelings. So, by validating and affirming one another's experiences, we create a space where authenticity and connection can thrive free from fear or judgment. So, breaking down barriers is essential for nurturing deeper connections in relationships. By identifying and acknowledging the barriers that inhibit intimacy, cultivating vulnerability, and building trust, we create the conditions for authentic connections to flourish. And it is through vulnerability and acceptance that we can transcend our fears and insecurities, forging bonds that are built on mutual respect, understanding, and love. Then the next point is cultivating empathy. Now, empathy. Empathy is the cornerstone of meaningful relationships. It is the ability to understand and share the feelings of another, to walk in their shoes and see the world through their eyes. So, empathy fosters compassion, kindness, and mutual respect, laying the foundation for deeper emotional bonds. By practicing active listening and empathy, we validate each other's experiences and forge connections that transcend words alone. So, cultivating empathy is essential for fostering meaningful and fulfilling relationships. Empathy, often referred to as the walk, ability to walk in someone else's shoes. This is a profound skill that allows us to connect with others on a deeper emotional level. It involves not only understanding another person's perspective, but also genuinely experiencing and sharing their feelings and emotions. So, empathy is more than just sympathy or pity. It involves a deep emotional resonance with another person's experiences. So it requires us to set aside our own preconceptions and judgments and truly immerse ourselves in the emotions and experiences of another. So empathy enables us to recognize and validate the emotions of others, regardless of whether we agree with their perspective or not. So, empathy serves as a bridge that connects individuals on a fundamental human level. When we when we emphasize with others, we acknowledge their humanity and recognize the validity of their emotions and experiences. So this fosters a sense of connection, compassion, and understanding, laying again the foundation for deeper emotional bonds and mutual respect. So active listening, as I said earlier, also is a key component of cultivating empathy. It involves not only hearing the words that someone is saying, but also paying attention to their tone of voice, body language, and emotions. So, by fully engaging in the listening process and demonstrating genuine interest and empathy, we signal to others that their feelings and experiences are valued and respected. So, empathy entails validating the experiences of others, even if they differ from our own. It involves acknowledging their emotions, acknowledging their plan, and offering support and understanding without judgment of criticism. So, validating experiences communicates to others that their feelings are legitimate and worthy of attention, fostering trust and emotional intimacy in the relationships. Empathy naturally fosters compassion and kindness towards often. When we empathize with someone's pain or struggles, we are more likely to respond with kindness, support, and assistance. Compassion and kindness again create a positive and nurturing environment within relationships where individuals feel valued, understood, and supported. So, empathy transcends mere words, it is communicated through our actions, gestures, and expressions. When we empathize with others, we demonstrate our willingness to be present with them in their joys and sorrows, offering comfort, solace, and companionship. So, empathy strengthens the bonds of friendship, family, and romantic relationships, enriching our lives with deeper connections and mutual understanding. So, cultivating empathy is essential for fostering meaningful and fulfilling relationships. Empathy allows us to connect with others on a deeper emotional level, fostering compassion, kindness, and mutual respect. By practicing active listening, validating experiences, and offering support without judgment, we create an environment where genuine connection and emotional intimacy can flourish. As we strive to cultivate empathy in our relationships, may we continue to nurture understanding, compassion, and connection with those around us. Then the next very important nowadays is communication. Communication as a breach. So, communication is the lifeline that sustains relationships. Beyond mere words, communication is about expressing our thoughts, emotions, and needs authentically. It involves active listening, honest expression, and a willingness to engage in dialogue, even when it's uncomfortable. So, effective communication bridges the gap between individuals, fostering understanding, intimacy, and mutual growth. So, communication again serves as the vital bridge that connects individuals in relationships, allowing them to share their thoughts, emotions, and needs authentically. It goes beyond mere your verbal exchanges, encompassing active listening, honest expression, and a willingness to engage in dialogue, even when it's uncomfortable or challenging sometimes. So, effective communication is the cornerstone of healthy and thriving relationships, fostering understanding, intimacy, and mutual growth. Now, authentic communication. Authentic communication involves expressing oneself genuinely and transparently. It requires individuals to articulate their thoughts, feelings, and desires honestly, without fear of judgment or reprisal. uh, Authentic communication creates an atmosphere of openness and trust where individuals feel safe to share their innermost thoughts and emotions. So, active listening again is a crucial component of effective communication. It involves fully engaging with the speaker, paying attention to both their verbal and non-verbal cues, and demonstrating genuine interest and empathy. So, active listening fosters understanding and connection as it allows individuals to feel heard, valued, and respected. In the communication, honesty is paramount in communications. It entails being truthful and transparent in our interactions, even when the truth may be difficult or uncomfortable. So honest expression builds trust and credibility in relationships as it demonstrates integrity and authenticity. By speaking truthfully and openly, individuals create a foundation of mutual respect and understanding. So, effective communication requires a willingness to engage in dialogue and conversations, even when disagreements uh, arise. It involves listening to offering perspectives with an open mind, seeking common ground, and working towards mutually beneficial solutions. So, willingness to engage in dialogue foster compromise, collaboration, and conflict resolution, strengthening the bonds of relationships. So, communication serves as the bridge that connects individuals, bridging the gap between their thoughts, feelings, and experiences. So, through effective communication, individuals can transcend barriers, misunderstandings, and conflicts, fostering deeper understanding and connection. So, communication bridges the gap not only between individuals, but also between cultures, backgrounds, and experiences, fostering inclusivity and diversity within relationships. So, effective communication fosters understanding and intimacy within relationships by expressing themselves authentically and listening attentively to one another. Individuals deepen their emotional connection and forge bonds of trust and empathy. So, communication allows individuals to share their hopes, dreams, and fears, creating a sense of closeness and vulnerability, and strengthens their relationships over time. So, communication is essential for promoting mutual growth and development within relationships. So, through open and honest communication, individuals can challenge one another, provide constructive feedback, and support each other's personal and professional growth. So, communication fosters a culture of learning, adaptation, and resilience, enabling individuals to navigate life's challenges together and emerge stronger as a result. So, communication is the lifeline that sustains relationships, fostering understanding, intimacy, and mutual growth. So, authentic expression, active listening, and honest expression and what you can say, and a willingness to engage in dialogue are essential components of effective communication. So, by cultivating open and honest communication within their relationships, individuals can bridge the gap between themselves and others, fostering deeper understanding, connection, and fulfillment. Then the next point is embracing authenticity. So, authenticity is the antidote to superficial connections. It is the courage to show up as our true selves without masks or pretenses. So, authenticity breeds trust and fosters deeper connections as it allows us to connect on a soul level When we embrace our authenticity and invite others to do the same, we create an environment where genuine connections can thrive. So, embracing authenticity is a transformative practice that lies at the heart of genuine and fulfilling relationships. It involves having the courage to show up as our true selves without mask or pretenses, and embracing our vulnerabilities and imperfections with honesty and acceptance. So, authenticity serve as the antidote to superficial connections, fostering trust, intimacy, and deeper connections that resonate on a soul level. So authenticity begins with genuine self-expression. It requires individual to honor their thoughts, feelings, and desires and to communicate them openly and honestly with others. So authentic self-expression involves embracing both the light and dark aspects of ourselves, allowing us to share our joys, struggles, fears, and aspirations authentically. So, embracing authenticity requires vulnerability and courage. It involves stepping out of our comfort zones and risking rejection or judgment by revealing our true selves to others. So, vulnerability is not a sign of weakness, but rather a testament to our strength and resilience. It is through vulnerability that we invite others to see and accept us for who we truly are, fostering deeper connections based on mutual trust and understanding. So, authenticity breeds trust within relationships. So when we show up authenticity, we demonstrate integrity, transparency, and sincerity, which in turn build trust and credibility with others. So authenticity creates a safe and supportive environment where individuals feel comfortable being themselves and expressing their thoughts and feelings without fear of judgment or rejection. So, authenticity fosters deeper connections that resonate on a soul level. When we embrace our authenticity and invite others to do the same, we create an environment where genuine connections can thrive. So, authentic connection transcends surface level interactions and touch the core of our being, fostering mutual understanding, empathy, and acceptance. So, authenticity creates an environment of acceptance and belonging within relationships. When we accept ourselves fully and unconditionally, we invite others to do the same. So, authenticity encourages openness, empathy, and compassion, fostering a culture of inclusivity and diversity where individuals feel valued, respected, and understood. So, embracing authenticity requires self awareness and introspection. It involves exploring our values, beliefs, and motivations and aligning our actions with our true selves. So, cultivating self awareness allows us to identify and challenge any internalized beliefs or societal expectations that may be preventing us from embracing our authenticity fully. So, authenticity is the cornerstone of genuine and fulfilling relationships. It involves embracing our true selves within vulnerability and courage. So, building trust, fostering deeper connections, and creating an environment of acceptance and belongings. By embracing authenticity within our relationships, we invite others to do the same. Create a space where genuine connection can flourish and enrich our lives with meaning and purpose. And the last point is the the power of shared experiences. The power of shared experiences. So shared experiences have a transformative effect on relationships, whether it is overcoming challenges together, celebrating successes, or simply being present in each other's lives. So shared experiences create lasting memories and deepen emotional bonds. By creating opportunities for shared experiences, we strengthen the foundation of our relationships and create a sense of belonging. So, the power of Shared experiences cannot be overstated when it comes to nurturing and strengthening relationships. So this collective moment, where whether big or small, hold the potential to transform the dynamics between individuals, fostering deeper connections and strengthening the bonds of friendship, family, and romantic partnerships. So shared experiences create a tapestry of memories that bind individuals together, whether it is embarking on an adventure, facing challenges, or simply enjoying moments of laughter and joy. So these shared memories serve as touchstones that connect individuals on a deeper level. So shared experiences create a shared history that reinforces the bonds of relationships and provides a sense of continuity and connections over time. So, facing challenges as a team can be powerful bonding experience. When individuals come together to overcome obstacles, they build resilience, trust, and mutual support. So, shared challenges provide opportunities for growth, learning, and collaboration, strengthening the bonds between individuals and fostering a sense of unity and solidarity. So, celebrating successes and milestones together can also deepen emotional bonds within relationships. So, whether it's achieving a personal goal, reaching a significant milestone, or experiencing moments of triumph and achievement, celebrating together reinforces feelings of mutual pride, support, and encouragement. So, shared successes create a sense of um, what you can say camaraderie and affirmation, enhancing the sense of belonging within relationships. So, shared experiences create a sense of belonging within relationships when individually shared moments of joy, sorrow, laughter, and tears. They create a shared sense of identity and connection. So, shared experiences foster a feeling of inclusion and acceptance, providing individuals with a sense of security and belonging with their social circles and communities. It also strengthens the foundation of relationships by fostering mutual understanding, empathy, and trust. When individuals share experiences together, they gain insights into each other's perspectives, preferences, and values, deepening their emotional connection and fostering a sense of intimacy and closeness. So, shared experiences can say create bonds that withstand the test of time, enriching relationships with depth and meaning. So, creating opportunities for shared experiences is essential for nurturing and sustaining relationships, whether it is planning activities, outing, or gatherings with loved ones. Intentionally creating space for shared experiences strengthen the bonds of relationships and foster a sense of connection and belonging. So, the power of shared experiences lies in their ability to transform relationships, deepen emotional bonds, and create a sense of belonging. Whether it is overcoming challenges together, celebrating successes, or simply being present in each other's lives, shared experiences enrich relationships with meaning, depth, and connection. By intentionally creating opportunities for shared experiences, individuals can strengthen the foundation of their relationships and create lasting memories that bind them together in love and friendship. Now, I would like to emphasize some case studies, real life case studies, uh, through which I can explain the concept of nurturing deeper connections in relationships beyond boundaries. So, my case study number one is I called overcoming cultural differences. Okay, so here I changed the names for the security purpose. I will tell you first the background. Sarah and Ahmed. Okay, Sarah and Ahmed come from different cultural backgrounds. Sarah is from the United States, while Ahmed is from Egypt. Despite their cultural differences, they met and fell in love with studying abroad. Now, example. Instead of allowing their cultural differences to create barriers in their relationships, Sarah and Ahmed embrace their diversity as an opportunity for growth and understanding. They actively sought to learn about each other's cultures, traditions, and values, engaging in discussions and experiences that enrich their relationships. So, by transcending cultural boundaries, they nurture a deeper connection built on mutual respect, curiosity, and acceptance. Then, another example, I name it supporting each other through tough times.
Can I
Supporting each
ask you,
other through tough
Stacy,
times.
can I ask you to round up with the last, I mean, with the one you want to say now, this scenario? Can you round up with that as well?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So this was also a real life case study. So Emily and James have been together for several years. Recently, James lost his job, leading to financial strain and emotional stress in their relationship. So uh, instead of allowing the challenges they face to drive them apart, Emily and James learn on each other, or you can say leaned on each other for support. So they communicated openly about their fears, frustrations, and hopes for the future. So offering each other emotional support and encouragement. So through their shared experience of navigating adversity together, they deepen their bond and strengthen their resilience as a couple. So demonstrating the power of solidarity in overcoming challenges. So these are some the real life case studies which I observed. And finally, in my conclusion, nurturing deeper connections in relationships is a journey of self-discovery, vulnerability, and empathy. It requires us to transcend boundaries, break down barriers, and embrace authenticity. By cultivating empathy, communicating effectively, and sharing meaningful experiences, we can foster connections that enrich our lives and bring profound joy and fulfillment. So, as we continue on this journey, may we always remember that true connection lies beyond boundaries, waiting to be discovered and cherished. So, thank you for attention, and let us now open the floor for any questions or reflections you may have. Thank you.
Can see that we did the right thing in inviting our Professor Mugeka. You need to teach me how to pronounce that, Mugeka. But Patrick,
Mungekar.
eh?
Mungekar.
Mungega, Mungega, okay, and Dr. Patrick. So you can see the reason why we have to bring him to the floor so that he can share with us. So I want to say thank you so much for sharing with us. Thank you so much for your time, even though you are very busy. But anytime we invite you to the platform to come and teach us, you're always not only coming to speak, but you prepared well to speak to us. And we've learned for the past 40 minutes, we've learned from your teachings. Thank you so much. It's so important. If I want to recap all now, we have 4 speakers today. So I won't be able to say that, but I like the way you finish it up. Journey of transcend self-discovery. And that one will make us to have a true connection in our lives. I also like the fact that you are encouraging us. Authenticity is very important. We need to be true to ourselves. You know that pretenders will not last. How long do you want to pretend? That is where the conflict starts off, because you want to show yourself in another person's life. You want to show yourself that you are somebody and you are not. But you've forgotten that you are unique. You have greatness in you. You are unique. You are special. God made you perfectly. And that is what we need to appreciate ourselves. We need to accept ourselves, and we need to love ourselves. Because whatever you appreciate, expand. Whatever you love, expand and increases. So if you love yourself, then you can influence others. So I like that one as well. And many more, but I won't be able to recap all. But you've given us, look at my notes. I'm a good teacher, and I know many people also. Okay, let's open floor for questions quickly before we release in. Any question? Any question? Comfort, Ambassador Joseph, quick, straight to the point, quick question, please.
Thank you so much, Queen Mother. Thank you, Doctor, for the elaborate speech and lesson. Sincerely, I've learned a lot, I've jotted a lot also. My question is this: how do you cope with a colleague that really does not appreciate your communication skills and is not ready to learn from you?
Can you repeat the
Especially when,
question? Hello?
how do you communicate? Can you hear me?
Yes,
Can you
now
hear
can
me?
I? Yes,
How
now
do you
can I?
communicate with a colleague that does not like you, especially when you're giving them the right instruction and communication skills to follow in your office? It's so difficult working with colleagues that feels your progress is affecting them. So what else do you want me to do in that situation? Thank you.
Okay, so communicating with a colleague who doesn't uh, like you can be
Yeah.
challenging, but it's not important to approach the situation with professionalism, respect, and a willingness to address any underlying issues. So I can tell you, if you want to communicate this kind of situation effectively, the person who doesn't like you, the first point, remain professional. Maintain a professional demeanor at all times, regardless of any personal feelings or conflict. Focus on the task and hands and treat your colleague with courtesy and respect in all interactions. Then address any misunderstanding. If possible, try to identify the root cause of your colleague's dislike towards you. It could be based on misunderstanding, miscommunications, or differences in personalities or working styles. So initiate a private conversation to address any issues openly and honestly. Then listen actively. Listen attentively to your colleagues' perspective and concerns without interrupting or becoming defensive. So try to understand their point of view and validate their feelings even if you disagree with them. So active listening demonstrate empathy and can help diffuse tensions in the conversation. Then clarify expectations. Clarify expectation for working together and establish clear boundaries to ensure a professional and respectful relationships moving forward. So discuss how you can collaborate effectively despite any personal differences. You have to focus on common goals and shared objectives. Again, focus on common ground. Find common ground with your colleague and highlight areas of mutual interest or shared goals. So emphasize your commitment to working together as a team and finding solutions to challenges collaboratively. Then you can set boundaries. If necessary, establish boundaries to protect yourself from any negative or hostile behavior from your colleague. So clearly communicate your expectations for professional conduct and assertively address any inappropriate behavior or treatment. Then also you can seek support. If you're unable to resolve the situation on your turn, consider seeking support from a manager, supervisor, or any representative. They can provide guidance, meditation, or intervention to address the conflict and facilitate constructive communication between you and your colleagues. Then also you have to focus on your work. Ultimately focus on performing your job is the best of your ability and maintaining a positive attitude. So don't allow personal conflicts or negative interactions with a colleague to affect your productivity or morale. Redirect your energy towards achieving your professional goals and contributing positively to the workplace. Remain professional and respectful, and know the last one is very important, know when to let go. So if despite your efforts, your colleagues continues to display hostility and animosity towards you, it may be necessary to accept that you may not be able to change their opinion or behavior. Focus on maintaining a professional working relationship and minimize unnecessary interactions where possible. So by approaching the situation with empathy, open communication, and commitment to professionalism, you can navigate challenging relationships with colleagues who may not like you while preserving your integrity. That's more important, and professionalism in the workplace. So
Wow. You really fully prepared for your message and also for the question, because you don't know the question before, and the way you've dealt with that question was excellent. Excellent. I really wish I could ask another, I could allow any one of them to ask questions, but guess what? You're just going to be answering questions for the rest of the day, and then we have to release you. But to all our audience, this is Professor Dr. Patrick from India sharing with us for the past 1 hour concerning relationship. And now, his topic is so wonderful, is on beyond boundaries, and he has really dealt with it. He has really emphasized a lot on it. If you missed it, or you still want to recap on what you said, please watch the video later on YYCI.tv YouTube channel. So I want to say thank you so much for your time with us, because I don't want you to miss out the physical meeting, conference that you need to speak there. You can see the reason why he's so busy, because he goes not only within India, but from country to country. We're still waiting for him to visit us here in UK to come and share with all our students and others here. So I want to say thank you so much for your time, for your presentation, for answering the question, and also for your commitment to YYCI. He's also our global ambassador and president. So thank you so much. God bless you. Okay. Thank you. Yes, he deserves
Thank you,
clapping.
Professor, for allowing me to speak for.
Thank you. And thank you, Papa. Yes. On behalf of Professor Dr. Patrick, thank you, sir, for allowing him to take your time to speak. Thank you, sir. We really appreciate that. It's because very soon it's going to disappear from us now. But feel free, even if it's just 10 minutes to listen to Papa as well. At least gain something. You've given us a lot. Now you need to take back. So and then feel free to leave. Okay. Right. Now we want to first of all express my gratitude to all our great leaders on Facebook. I have one or two. I'm sure it's been restricted, but we still thank God at least people can join. And we also want to appreciate all our great leaders on this platform. We want to thank Professor Dr. Mercy that has been with us since Monday, and she's here. Mama, I would like you to adjust your camera so that we can see fully. I also want to appreciate Ambassador Comfort, Ambassador Christian, Dr. Samina, Ambassador Lukman, my PA, Engineer Wilfred, Ambassador Joseph, relaxing. I'm not too sure he's at work, so he's fully with us here today, listening and enjoying. Okay, right. Thank you, ma'am. Dr. Samina, thank you for joining us. Okay, I would like to quickly introduce our next speaker, because we have great 4 speakers speaking to us today, training us and sharing their wealth of knowledge. But before I go over there, let me just quickly do this.
Relationships, they're the foundation of our lives. But let's face it, they can be tough. Conflict arises, emotions boil over, and maintaining a healthy connection becomes a challenge.